Hi, it's Michelle from The Diet Myth, and today I want to talk about a subject that is somewhat near and dear to my heart, or I feel passionately about, but also that I see a lot of people struggle with. Many clients come to my office, come through the door, and one of their motivating factors is that they have a parent who's overweight and oftentimes not healthy, and they don't want to become that parent, or that I should say that person in the sense of being overweight and unhealthy. So it can be an incredible motivator, but at the same time, some of the same clients, but even other clients or people that I'm just talking to feel like that they've almost been given a kind of an overweight sentence per se for being heavy because their parents are heavy. And I just want to give my opinion on and share that there is really no science that says that because your parents are overweight, you too are overweight. What the scientific research says is that if your parents are overweight, you have a higher likelihood that you too will be overweight because of the habits and the behaviors you learned from them. Okay, so for example, I have a client who, grew up, and in his house for dinner every night, they always had a protein, and they always had a starch, usually a potato or something along those lines, and then they always had a vegetable, and it was, most often the times corn. So in his mind, he feels like that his meals need to also be a protein, a starch, and then another type of vegetable. So through kind of educating him and showing him that that's not necessarily the case, that he learned that from his parents, and that there are different ways to eat, you're kind of breaking free of that potential to become overweight like his parents did. Not saying that the potato contributed to his parents being overweight, but just saying it can be as fundamental as that, or having dessert every night after dinner. Whereas you might feel when, as an adult, that you also need dessert every night after dinner because for years growing up in your family, that was something that you looked forward to and that was something that you always had. So working around those sorts of behaviors to understand that that's not necessarily the case. I just saw two things that I found interesting. One was, I think it was either on the Today Show or something else about these overweight, obese, really teenagers, and that they were sent from, I think it was either in Montana or Utah, I'm sorry I don't have the specifics, but the county actually sent them away for a 3-month weight loss program, and it changed their lives. They came out, they had lost weight, they were more confident, they each shared what they had learned about food, and then they interviewed them while they were sitting with their parents, and the parents were commenting on, oh my goodness, she seems more confident, I can just tell a difference in the way she dresses and how she smiles. And so it was really inspirational to see this, but at the same time I couldn't help but have kind of a twinge when I was watching them with their parents because their parents were clearly obese. And so as much as that teenager wants to change, it has to change, and they were able to change in those 3 months of being weight. It has to change in their household. So ideally, hopefully that teenager is going to be able to educate their parents and help them in becoming healthier themselves. But those behaviors, those choices are more likely to affect you permanently than you being overweight just because your parents were. And then I saw another study earlier today about childhood obesity and what an epidemic. I think it's 33% of the nation's kids are obese, which is alarming and scary in so many levels, and that you can't just treat the child's obesity issue, you have to treat the parents and in addition with the child, for all the same reasons that I just said. So the purpose really of me ranting about this and about posting this video is for you to think about it differently, that you have a choice. You're not destined to be overweight like your parents, or if they're unhealthy because of that. That's not your destiny. That's not your journey. You can change that. You can switch that. And if you are a parent, that you can also, changing your habits can be so instrumental on your children as well. So having that motivation may definitely affect you as well. I have all kinds of strategies from everything from simple snacks to convenience healthy options that you can eat to cooking healthy meals in a very, very short amount of time with all kinds of shortcuts on the Diet Myth website and in the Diet Myth program, I should say. And if you see the link below, you can go there and find out more information. And I look forward to your comments. And there's also an article about this on our blog. And if you feel like you want to make some comments and leave some feedback, that would be great too. Thanks.